Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Avadh and I'm a dedicated functional consultant in Microsoft. In this video, we are going to discuss about um, ledger reconciliation. Why we required to do ledger reconciliation? So, suppose if there is a difference in a ledger and sub-ledger, then there is a requirement of doing a ledger reconciliation, right? So yeah, you can say as an account reconciliation also. So I have not seen any proper video for account reconciliation. So I thought to discuss with you all guys that what is account reconciliation. But before that, why we will also discuss that what is a ledger and what is a sub ledger. So what is a ledger? So ledger is a general ledger, is a set of account consist of the transaction record of all principal accounts. So this is a uh, technical definition. Will I mean uh, go into the detail and will understand this functionality as a layman language also. And what is a sub ledger? So sub ledger is a nothing. Sub ledger is a nothing but the subset of the general ledger, right? So where the ledger and sub ledger comes in a picture. So in a system, if there is a posting profile in the system, then there is a ledger and sub ledger concept will comes in the picture. So where are in the system you will find the posting profile. So there is a posting profile in the account payable, account receivable, right? In a inventory, in a fixed asset, in a prepaid expense, in all such a kind of transaction you will able to find a posting profile, right? So in posting profile what we'll do, we'll define account for a passing the entry, but system will not only post the entry and to the that particular posting profile, but system will also post the entry to that particular vendor, customer, and fixed asset also. So we'll going into the little bit detail. So for you guys, I have prepared this Excel. So here you will see that I have created 10 vendor. So in this 10 vendor, I have bifurcated in 10 different groups, and those are the balance of this particular vendor. So this particular vendor are our sub ledger, and the total of this particular vendor is our ledger, right? Uh, so this total is a consider as a total of account payable. Same in case of the customer, we have 10 customers suppose, then it is a consider as in 10 customer, and the total of that customer, 10 customer consider as an account receivable, and this is a ledger for us, but this individual vendor is a sub ledger for us. So I hope you are understand this concept of ledger and sub ledger. We are going into the more details. So what I have done, I have just created pivot, and for each group, how many balance I have written over here. So suppose in a system, in a posting profile, we have a different kind of before moving further, I want to give you a idea of the posting profile. In a account payable you have a setup, in setup you have a vendor posting profile, right? So here if you will see that, um, if I will add here something, there is a option of table, group, and all. So we can create a vendor wise posting profile, we can create a group wise posting profile, and we can create a single posting profile for all vendor, right? So most of the company are doing the creating the posting profile group wise, but for a some vendor, there is an exceptional case, then they will do one vendor wise posting profile also, right? So this how we can create a posting profile. Here if you will see that, uh, okay, here if you will see that all the posting there is a five group, right? So I'm going into the vendor group. So my first vendor group is a video vendor, audio vendor, service vendor, intercompany vendor, and one vendor group generally companies are preparing for a tax authority. So for all five vendor, out of all five vendor group, what I have done for first four vendor group, I have selected this common main account, which is a account payable domestic, right? And for this particular vendor group, I have created one main account as an account payable authority, right? So here, if you will notify that this how we can create a vendor posting profile. And now if I'm going into this particular Excel, here I'm going into the details that suppose in this 10 number vendor group we have a two vendor, right? So vendor 1 have a 5 transaction, vendor 2 have a 7 transaction, and the total of this group is a 30,000. So here if you will see that this 5 transaction total is a 10,000, and this 7 transaction total is a 20,000, and total group value is a 30,000. So at the time of creation of the transaction 1, what happened that system will post entry into the ledger and sub ledger. So what is my ledger? So this is my ledger. If I'm passing entry of the vendor who have a group number 10, so for that particular vendor group, my main account and my ledger is uh, account payable domestic, right? So system will post entry in this main account, and apart from this, system will also post the entry to this particular vendor, right? So system will post entry to the ledger and sub ledger. So for me, ledger is a this one is my ledger and this is my sub ledger, right? So you understand this particular concept now. And apart from this, we have a in a D365 we have a features. We have a various features like we have in general ledger. So what happened that we have a batch job to posting every entry in every voucher, with whatever the sub ledger entry to post this particular voucher, we have a one batch job. That batch job will pass the entry to the sub ledger, right? So here if I will write sub ledger in, you will find that sub ledger general entries not yet transfer and batch transfer for a sub ledger general. So here I can specify my batch job as per my convenience for transferring entry to the sub ledger. Otherwise, if there is a problem in that batch job and will not able to pass, then this entries will be here into the non-transfer and pending transfer sub ledger. Even to enhance this feature, Microsoft comes up with new feature, and that particular feature you can create a batch job for a transfer entry to the sub ledger, right? So that new feature is also there. So that's how system for every particular entry system have a batch job only, right? For every particular voucher entry system have batch job only. So here we have discussed this much, right? So what happened that in a ledger, general ledger, we have a define uh, we have a one setup in general ledger setup, right? Let me go to the general ledger setup. Here I'm going into the batch transfer rules. If you will see here, I have selected asynchronous mode, so system will automatically transfer the entry into the sub ledger, right, while creating the voucher. But here, apart from this, we have a synchronous option and we have a schedule batch. So if you click on schedule batch, then we can create a batch, and as per our requirement, system will post the entry to the subledger. So uh, in a live environment, what happened that we have so many integration towards the Microsoft. We are transferring this data into the Power BI. It might be a case, right? So in such a case, what happened that uh, that we are facing the issue of batch job proper batch job working, right? And due to that, the most of the batch job are not working properly, and the transaction will be there in this subledger, not transfer area. So that's why Microsoft comes with this kind of batch job over there. What we can do, we can transfer the entry to the subledger where there is a no very less rush of the data, right? So this is just a general advice. Apart from this, now let me go to the these slides. In which case there is a subledger exist. So in case of the account receivable, right, we have a customer, multiple customer, and for that there is a posting profile. So where there is a posting profile and there is a multiple things, then ledger and subledger concept will come. In case of the fixed asset, or if you will see that we can create a multiple fixed asset and we have a posting profile of fixed asset, then in such case also ledger and subledger concept will come. In case of the account payable, in case of inventory, we are creating multiple inventory, and we are defining inventory posting profile. In that case also, the concept of ledger and subledger will come. So we are going into the discussing the difference between the ledger and subledger. So what is a ledger? All the accounting transactions are recorded in this set of master accounts. So this is a master accounts of all subledger, right? Then what is a subledger? So subledger is a nothing but subledger will linked with the main general ledger, and they will do the transaction, right? So example of general ledger is a cash management, account receivable, account payable, inventory management, and sub ledger is a vendor accounts. In account payable is a ledger and sub ledger is a vendor accounts. Account receivable is a general ledger, and customer is a sub ledger. Inventory management is a general ledger, and inventories are sub ledger, right? Fixed asset module is a general ledger. Fixed asset posting profile is a general ledger, and fixed assets are sub ledger, right? So cash management is a general ledger, and number of banks accounts are sub ledger. So apart from these, this is a control by yeah, I mean general ledger controls a sub ledger, and sub ledger is a subset of the general ledger. But this is most important that at the time of the preparation of the trial balance, general ledger will help, and sub ledger is a not part of the that particular trial balance, right? So what happened that at the time of the creation of the trial balance, we find that there is a difference and mismatch with that trial balance and the total of the vendor's account, right? So that consider as a difference between the ledger and sub ledger. So uh, we have identified that what is a mismatch, right? Now what are the reason and root cause of the mismatch, we'll discuss right now. So what we'll do, we'll discussing first problem. So if we have done the changes in the posting profile, and we have not properly or improperly configured the posting profile, then there is a problem in the ledger and sub ledger, right? So what I will do, I'm going into the general ledger in a trial balance, uh, right? I'm running trial balance. Uh, okay, so I'm running this balance here. This is my main account. So for all vendor, this is a representative of all vendor accounts. So this balance is there, but individual vendor will not come in the trial balance, right? This is a common understanding we have. Then but how we'll identify then that there is a difference between the ledger and sub ledger. As before, we need to run this we need to match this closing balance with my vendor account balance report balance. But now we have a handicap, I mean ready-made reports to identify this. Sub-ledger journal entry not yet transferred, and this is the what I'm talking about. And here, if you will see in inquiry and reports, we have a ledger reports, and in ledger reports, you will able to find mm, 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 reconciliation report is there. In account payable, if you will go to the report, right, then there is one report. Sorry, I was in general ledger, yeah, module, I don't know. Then there is one report that for a vendor reports, there is one report that vendor to ledger reconciliation, right? So I'm running this report from 2008 because this is a old environment, and I don't know that there is enough transaction to showcase you all my um, showcase you the problem statement. So I'm running this from 2008. So you can able to find, then there is a difference. So this is my vendor balance and this is my ledger balance, right? And this is the difference. So what I'm doing, I'm exporting this into the Excel, and we'll see that what is the problem over here, right? So here you will see there is a lots of differences there, right? So what I will do, I'm going into the I'm removing zero, sorry, and I'm just we are checking rest of the transaction, right? uh, so we'll able to find what are the root cause of the this difference. So here if you will see that these all are the difference accounts. So let me check. So I'm checking here name, not able to filter. Yes, now let me check here. I have checked here that the difference zero I need to remove again. So these two I'm removing. Here you will see that all the vendors which have a difference are related to the tax authority, right? So there might be a case that they have done some changes into the main account of the posting profile related to the this particular group. So what I'm assuming here, that here till 40 we have a same main account. So in 50 also we have a same main account as before. But at the time of at the time of GST or some new changes, they have changed this main account, right? So these all difference are related to the this particular vendor group. So what happens that I'm changing this vendor group, but here you will see that system itself give you a warning that there are a vendor transaction exist in this particular vendor group. It is not advisable to do any changes in the posting profile where there is a transaction. So but someone have done the changes, and suppose if you want to do the changes in the vendor group, it is always advisable to do from a new year, right? That is the first point. The second point, that if you want to do the changes into the vendor group, then better to create a new posting profile, right? If you will if you will do changes here, then system will not identify properly, and there will be an error into the system. There will be a difference between the ledger and sub ledger, right? So it is always better to create a new posting profile and do the changes over here and make this posting profile as a default posting profile. So till that, whatsoever we have posted into the ledger and sub ledger will be part of this particular posting profile, and anything we have posted new, it is a part of our new posting profile. So this is the first advice from my side, that every time if you are doing the changes in the posting profile, do from new year and create a new posting profile. So right now what I have done, I have make this particular I have changed the main account for this particular group, and I have make it as an original I have make it as an original posting profile. Right now I'm again running this reconciliation report. I'm not doing any changes, just clicking on OK. You will wonder that there is no changes in, there is a no difference in this particular report. Now you will see that all difference are gone, only one difference is there, right? So again I'm downloading this into the Excel. Let me close this one and open. Huh. So here if you will see, there is a one difference. Apart from there, this I'm not finding any difference. So what I will do, I'm going into the deep dive of this particular problem, and this is look like this is related to journal entry. So what I will do, I'm going into the general module, general ledger module, going into the journal, and I'm selecting all, because here you will able to find date is a 4th April. So I'm going into that particular date. So here I will select oldest to newest. Here we have a 2 3 4 5 transaction, but I'm going into the one by one. So here yeah, so this voucher is matching. If you will see, this voucher is matching. So what I will do, in because system here what they have done, they have created one debit entry and then they have posted rest of the credit entry. So what happened that due to that there is only one voucher in this particular entry. So all 23 line have only one voucher. So system, how system will work, if there is a debit and credit balance and it is a matching, then only system will allow you to create a new voucher, right? So here system have only one voucher. But what happens that out of this particular voucher, we and lines, we need to select one particular line where there is a problem. So we are again going into the account payable module in a vendor posting profile. In a vendor posting profile, we have a this particular main account. So I'm filtering out this particular main account, and if you will see that they have directly posted entry into this particular main account. So this is a my ledger, and it is not allowed to post directly entry into this particular ledger, right? So rather than passing entry through a vendor, what they have done, they have directly posted entry to this particular main account, and due to that I mean mismatch of ledger and sub ledger is there, right? So here if you will see, the second problem is a transaction directly posted to the vendor control account by bypass the sub ledger. So that error they have occur over here, right? So for my side, what I can suggest you that for this particular vendor, this particular main account, we are not allow user to post any particular manual entry, right? So here in general, in a main account page, you have this particular functionality, do not allow manual entry. You need to enable this feature, and you should not allow to pass any manual entry for this particular main account, this kind of main account, right? Mm, yes, so for to resolve this, we need to, I mean, reverse this particular entry, and we need to pass this entry again with a vendor account, right? So this kind of problem will not occur again into the system. So we have discussed the this particular problem, and we I have given how to identify the problem of mismatch into the system, and also I have given the how we can I mean we can stop and we can avoid this kind of mismatch into the system, and also I have give you a base practice what we can do to identify and remove this kind of the mismatch into the system. Now furthermore we are going into we are discussing further uh, further further problem, further mismatch reason. That fourth one is that we are dealing in the foreign currency transaction, and we have not prepared proper posting profile for that particular foreign currency devaluation. Then also there is a mismatch between ledger and sub ledger. Then the another reason is we have created prepayment, we are using prepayment functionality, and for that also we have not properly prepared posting profile. Then also there is a mismatch between ledger and sub ledger, and we are using multiple posting profile for that particular company. Suppose here we have a multiple vendor posting profile, and in such a case we have choose a wrong particular posting profile. Then also there is a chances of mismatch of ledger and sub ledger, right? So we have discussed all areas where there is a chances of the where there is a possible mismatch of the ledger and sub ledger. I hope you like this video, and stay tuned for a more such knowledgeable video. Please subscribe my channel for this kind of the video. Thank you all.